Women who are extremely confident and certain of themselves, who look amazing and look put together, they're calm, they're organized, they achieve the things that they set out to, who live from this internal compass rather than focusing on what everything else is happening externally. I have learned that these women live by a certain set of habits and principles that make them that magnetic, confident, energetic version of themselves. In order to be confident, to be certain of yourself, to trust yourself, to lead your life by your own values, to behave a certain way in social situations, to be able to carry yourself, have charisma, and achieve success in things that are important to you, these principles are fundamental. In implementing these into my own life, I have achieved insane physical and internal transformation. And the first one is personal responsibility. Confident women claim the power that they have in their lives by taking responsibility for their internal states and the external circumstances. That means that they take responsibility for their own self-regulation and do whatever that they need to do to get themselves out of a particular emotional state if that's not the one that they want to be in. And that also means that they take responsibility for the outcomes and success that they achieve in the areas of their life that are important to them. And the truth is, in life, many things are not your fault, your external circumstances, but these confident women know that they have the power and the authority in their life to change their circumstances by taking responsibility for their behaviors and everything that is within their control. Your life truly changes when you take full ownership of what you believe, how you act, and what you create in your life. And you can choose to be right and be a victim to things that are unfair, or you can choose to be successful and be satisfied. Number 2, structure and discipline. Confident women are extremely disciplined. They are consistent, pursuing the things that are important to them, and they trust themselves to keep their word to themselves. They believe in their ability to go after what it is that they want to achieve, and they actually do the actions that are required to achieve those outcomes. They have structure in their life and they're organized. They don't negotiate with themselves or compromise on the things that they've decided that this is extremely important for me to do. So they have daily non-negotiables. If you want to achieve your meaningful goals, you also need to create structure and discipline in your life and be relentless about the pursuit of the things that are most important to you, because that is the only way that you'll be able to bring them about into your life. Learning to respect yourself enough, beauty, and just keeping up with all of that is basically a hobby, and I like to think of it as a daily discipline. It's just something else that I do besides drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, going to the gym, taking walks, journaling. These are all part of the habits of this type of woman. When you put that effort into yourself, especially for the things that are really important to you. So for example, for me, I love my hair and I've always wanted to have like long curly hair. So I put a lot of effort into growing my hair out. That made me feel better about myself because that is something that I valued a lot. So putting effort into what will make you feel good about yourself changes how you see yourself, and it also changes how others see you, both through the fact that we all respect looking neat, looking put together, looking tidy, but also that people treat you how you treat yourself, and it really just affects how you show up and how you move through the world. Number 4, transformation comes from daily rituals. Confident women are serious about their routines and their rituals. They know that your life, how you look, how you feel about yourself, how you show up, the outcomes that you achieve, all of that is a direct reflection of your daily decisions. It is an accumulation of your thoughts, your behaviors, your habits, and your routines that you do every single day. And therefore, if you want to be that version of yourself that is extremely confident and shows up in your life the way that you want to, that transformation starts with the decisions that you're making every single day. Routines should be sacred, they should be intentional, and they should be aligned with the identity that you want to create. Number 5, internal validation. True self-esteem comes from internal leadership. Confident women validate themselves. They do things that are in alignment with who they want to be, and then they make themselves proud as a result and validate themselves for it. They're not seeking from others. They're not begging, asking to be loved, to be chosen, or to be validated. You need to start guiding yourself with love and respect for yourself, setting boundaries with yourself, being able to tell yourself no to those immediate impulses, and being disciplined and thinking about who do I want to be long term and how do I become that version of myself. Holding yourself to a high but kind standard. Number 6, emotional honesty and self-reflection. You cannot improve what you will not examine. Confident women are self-aware and they're honest. They're honest with themselves about who they are, who they want to be, how well they're doing in terms of their own values and standards, about how they're feeling, and about what emotions they need to work on and help to regulate in this moment so that they can not only feel great, but do the actions that are required for them to continue elevating. Journaling and doing some sort of introspective practice is going to help you understand your patterns and to design your life with intention, not just reacting to circumstances or your impulses. Change begins when you're honest with what you want, what is hurting you, and what is just no longer working. My Garmin is saying it's time for an active break. Just doing the sitting down version. Number 7, community and connection. Yes, some parts of your growth are meant to happen alone, but deep healing also happens in community and in connection with others that you can trust, who are also on the same journey as you. The right community mirrors back your evolution to you. They help keep you accountable and they remind you of your strength and of what's truly important, coming back to your character and your values. And it's a way to lift you up and build you up at those times when you most need it in a healthy, safe way. And I know for me, like my best friend helps remind me of what success, what self-discovery and true balance and softness in life looks like while still in the pursuit of becoming more. Healing happens faster when you feel seen, safe and supported. Number 8, constant growth. Confident women love to work on themselves. They are always pursuing new goals, new projects, and new milestones. Yes, they are certain of themselves and they know that they are enough just as they are, but they also know and believe that they can achieve anything that they set their mind out to, and know that they're not a finished product. They're always worthy of more effort into themselves to become higher and higher and higher versions of who they can be. And that's a good thing. You are already enough, but you also deserve to be more, to be, do, and have more of whatever you want in this life. You deserve better beliefs, you deserve higher standards, you deserve a deeper, more intimate and knowledgeable relationship with yourself, and a life that reflects who you're becoming, not who you've been before in your past. Number 9, discernment of energy and association. I want to say this is the biggest one, but I know number 10 is. But confident women know their worth, they know their value, and they know the value of their time and their energy. They are very discerning about who and what they are investing their energy into or spending their time on. Everything that you do, say, and embody, and who you associate with, all of that goes into what your reputation is. So they know that everything in their life is a reflection on them. You can be kind, you can have grace with yourself and others, you can set boundaries in a gentle but firm way, you can say no to what is not for you, and that will deepen your relationships with those that matter. It will deepen your relationship with yourself, and it will allow you to show up as your most confident self because you are discerning your energy and your value, knowing that this is a limited resource and I get to choose how I'm going to dispense this and with who and for what. And number 10, self-leadership. I feel like this just encompasses the whole thing, but confident women are the authority in their lives. They lead their lives from their values rather than anyone else's judgments. You can either have a very small life that is based on what you're afraid of what you think people may think about you, other people's decisions of what career you should pursue, what kind of partner you should have, how you should live your life, or you get to decide for yourself, these are all my values and I am the authority in my life and I'm going to start living my life from these values. That is how you become confident. That is how you trust yourself. That is how you make yourself proud. You decide for yourself, how do I want to make decisions? How do I want to show up in my life daily? What do I want to look like? What do I want to sound like? What are the goals that are most important to me that I want to spend my time on? And how do I want to treat myself? And living your life from that frame rather than from a fear-based decision-making strategy. Confident women go after what they want, they validate themselves, they prioritize their own needs, and they make their own decisions. And I feel like this is the biggest difference between those of us who are insecure and unsure of ourselves and those of us who are confident and certain and empowered. And teaching you how to lead yourself, to trust yourself enough to be that authority in your life is exactly what this channel is about. So subscribe for more videos on self-confidence, self-esteem, and bridging the gap between who you are now and that version of yourself that you've always wanted to be, that elevated version that you're proud of, that you just feel safe and secure and calm in. I also write a weekly newsletter on Substack breaking down all of these topics. It's linked below. Thank you so much for being here and for investing in your greatest purpose, which will always be you. You deserve your best effort always.